Hi, my name is Sarah and welcome to Movement Yoga. Today's video is going to be a full-length, full-body Vinyasa flow. We're going to be moving through poses like half moon, so if you find that you need blocks for support, I would recommend that you grab them. If not, you won't need anything else. If you like this style of video, I'd love if you could like this video and show some support and some love in the comments. It's a really simple way and easy way to support free online yoga, so I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to find me anywhere else on the internet, I will also leave my Instagram and my Facebook page, and you can do so. Otherwise, grab your mat, get your space set up, and we'll begin. So to start today's class, we're going to arrive in a seated position. You can find whatever works for you, but for me, I'm just going to come into my cross-legged position. I want you to begin to close the eyes or soften your gaze and just take a couple of moments here to tune into the breath and just notice where you're at within your body. So as you begin to notice your breath, I just want you to allow yourself to ground down through your sit bones, roll your shoulders down and back, and feel nice and long through the crown of your head. So instead of guiding you through a breath count this morning, or today, whenever it is that you may be watching this, I just want you to begin to start slowing the breath down, taking nice full breaths in through the nose and exhaling out through the nose. And with each new breath cycle, seeing if you can allow your exhale to be longer than your inhale. So maybe you count in for a count of 3, and then you exhale for a count of 4. Or maybe you inhale for a count of 5 and exhale for a count of 8. Doesn't really matter the count. We're just trying to work on seeing if we can slow that exhale down. And this is just a really simple and effective way to let our body know that we're trying to call ourselves into a place of rest, of relaxation. We're sending signals to our nervous system to remind us that it's okay just to soften and to begin to find a little bit more space throughout the body. So I want you to just keep taking this breath cycle at your own pace. And as you continue to do this, I want you to begin to imagine that you have roots growing out through your sit bones into the earth. This network of roots just begins just in the circumference of the area underneath you. But with each inhale, you begin to expand these roots deeper and further across the earth. And now you can begin to experience these roots growing out through the top of your head. First, they begin just above the head, and then with each breath, they begin to expand higher up into the sky. They start to touch the clouds, and then they reach up further towards the sun and the moon, until you begin to feel these roots connecting to everything above you, as far as you could possibly imagine. And then as you are here, you continue to breathe into this connection of roots to the earth and to the sky. Feeling it as you draw it in through the nose. And I just want you to take this moment to really recognize the interconnectedness of yourself within the world, within everything that exists. And although we may not see it, we can energetically feel this connection to the earth and the world around us. So the theme of our movement today will be connection. And I'll leave it up to you to decide what that connection looks like for you, whether it's connection to self, to connection to others, connection to the earth. Just allow whatever it is that you need to come in intuitively into the mind. Then as you can focus on that energy, I want you to take a nice long inhale through the nose. And then open your mouth and side release. You can slowly begin to open your eyes. And then we'll begin to move. So from your seated position, I want you to take an inhale, sweep your arms up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, let's find a rotation. Bring one hand onto your knee, one hand behind you. Maybe take your eye gaze over your shoulder. Breathe in and out through the nose, really drawing up through the crown of the head. And then on your next breath, inhale, draw your arms up. Exhale, rotate to the other side. Once again, just really grounding down through the sit bones and feeling that length through the crown. And then when you're ready, inhale, sweep your arms back through center. And we'll bring our hands onto our knees and we'll just take a few seated cat-cows. So when you're ready, take an inhale, pull on your knees, puff your chest up towards the ceiling, take your eye gaze up. And then as you exhale, draw your chin towards your chest and find a rounding. 2 more, inhale, puff up. Exhale, round. Last one, inhale. Really find that space through the spine and the chest. And then exhale, curl in. And then from here, we'll come onto our hands and our knees and we'll find our tabletop position. So from our tabletop position, we're just going to take a few moving cat-cows. So the way that this will look is you'll just have your toes tucked, your hands underneath your shoulders. You begin to sink your belly and tilt your heart forward as you tilt your sit bones back. As you keep this shape, I want you to begin to pull your hips towards your heels, keeping the chest lifted. Then as you inhale, you're going to tuck your chin, round forward, push back onto your hands and your knees. Exhale, sink the belly, shine the heart, draw the hips back. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, draw back. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, draw back. Last one, inhale, round forward. And then exhale, draw back. See if you can really articulate the movement, taking it nice and slow. And last one, come on to your hands and your knees in your next inhale. And then we'll just warm through the shoulders. So ground down through the hands. Take an inhale to reach your right fingertips up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, we're going to come into our thread the needle just for a breath. So drop your shoulder down, drop your ear down. And then as you inhale, reach your right fingertips back up towards the ceiling. Exhale, come down. Last one, inhale. Last exhale. And then on your next inhale, reach your fingertips up. And then we're going to find some arm circles. So just take your arm forward. And then change the direction. And then right hand comes down. Go to the other side. Inhale, reach the left fingertips up. Eye gaze goes up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come down. Last round, inhale. Exhale, come down. And then when you're ready, inhale, come out. And let's just take our arm forward, finding some arm circles. Change the direction. And then we'll bring the left hand down. Then from here, I want you to begin to draw your right foot back, bringing the toes onto the floor. Ground down through your hands. And then I want you to begin to draw your back heel up. So see if you can create a nice straight line, flexing the foot, drawing out through the heel. Then if this feels good, you can stay here. If you want to take a little further, let's draw our left arm up, reach the left fingertips forward, draw the navel in. Find your balance. And then on your next exhale, you're going to round in. Draw your elbow towards your knee. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, curl in. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Bring your left hand down, drop your knee. Let's move to the other side. Left leg draws back. Just start by drawing the heel up first, making sure you're grounded down through both hands. And then when you're ready, reach your right fingertips forward. Connect to a nice, steady, even breath, just reaching out first. And then on your next exhale, round in, elbow towards the knee. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, curl in. Slowly come back into your tabletop position. Then from here, you're just going to draw the right leg back out once again. You're going to draw the heel up. You're going to bend your leg so we create a 90-degree angle, and I want you to flex the foot. Then from here, you're going to begin to rotate your knee out towards the right side. Keep pulling the knee up, working the outer hip. And then as you exhale, drop it back down to hover in your tabletop position. Inhale, kick it out. Begin to rotate. Exhale, bring it down. 2 more, inhale. Exhale, bring it out. Slowly bring it down. Inhale, kick it up. Exhale, rotate it out. And slowly lower it down. And then we'll drop the knee down, go to the other side. Left leg shoots back. Draw the heel up. Nice straight leg. Then you begin to bend the knee. Create a 90-degree angle here. Then as you inhale, begin to rotate your knee out to the left. And then exhale, drop it down. Inhale, draw it up and around. Exhale, bring it down. Last one, inhale. Exhale, bring it all the way down, really articulating that movement. Then just come back onto the heels. Take an inhale, draw your arms up. Exhale, bring the hands through center. Find a nice, steady, even breath. Then from here, bring your hands forward, tuck your toes, and we're going to find our first downward facing dog. So pick up the heels, pick up the knees and pedal through the feet if you need to. If this is your first downward facing dog of the day, just feel it out. Just working slowly into the shape, grounding down through the hands. And then I want you to take an inhale, come onto the balls of your feet. Then as you exhale, bend your knees really generously and work to draw your chest towards your thighs. Keep pushing down through the hands, and then nice and slow, keeping your chest where it is, see if you can lower your heels down. Feel a lengthening through the back of the legs. And we're just going to hold this downward dog just for a few moments, just a few breaths. So just let it be static, let it be still. Feeling the connection into the earth through the hands and the feet. And feel the tailbone reaching up towards the sky. Then as you inhale, you're going to wave yourself forward and we're going to come into a high plank. Find a slight rounding of your shoulders, draw your heels back, navel in towards the spine. Connect to a nice steady breath, and we're going to stay here for a few moments. Just beginning to build some heat, feeling the energy. And then when you're ready, shift your weight forward and we lower through our chaturanga for a count of 3, 2, 1. Then come up into your upward facing dog. And let's hold this shape for 3, 2, 1. Slowly roll over the toes. Come back into your downward facing dog. So we're going to move through this 2 more times. And I just want you to really take the movement slow. We're going to hold each pose for a few breaths, just to begin to create some heat through this slow movement before we get into our flow. So when you're ready, take your inhale, wave forward, find your high plank, draw your heels back, reach out through the crown of the head, push down into the hands, feel the fingertips begin to activate. And then when you're ready for a count of 3, we lower through our chaturanga. 3, 2, 1. Inhale into your upward facing dog. For 3, 2, 1. Roll over the toes. Downward facing dog. Take a nice long inhale through the nose. Exhale, side roll, release. And then on your next inhale, wave yourself forward. Find your high plank. Draw your heels back. Navel in towards the spine. Connect to that breath. Notice if there's any shaking. Wherever you're at, just be present. And then as you exhale, lower for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, upward facing dog. For 3, 2, 1. Exhale, roll over the toes. Come into your down dog, and if you need it again, take a clearing inhale, clearing exhale. Then from here, take your eye gaze forward, and you can either step or hop to the top of the mat. When you arrive, take an inhale, lift the chest, take your eye gaze forward. And then as you exhale, fold over the thighs. Drop the crown of the head. Keep a little micro bend in the knees, and if you want to, you can grab onto either elbows. Feeling the length in the back of the legs. Just letting gravity take the weight of your head. And I want you to see if you can just lean a little bit more into the toes. So even if your legs are bent, see if you can just keep your hips stacked over your heels. So you can do so by keeping the knees bent, but at least we have a bit more of the correct alignment as we begin to work the legs towards straight. This might happen today, tomorrow, in a little while, but whenever it happens, it'll happen. But just see if you can begin to encourage that slight change and shift in the body. When you're ready, slowly begin to bend into the knees and roll yourself up 1 vertebrae at a time. Take your inhale, sweep your arms overhead, take your eye gaze up, and then as you exhale, bring your hands through center. So just arriving at the top of your mat, we're just going to move through a few, maybe 3 half sun salutations. So I'll just walk you through it and we'll do it together. And yeah, just to begin to warm the body up a little bit. So when you're ready, take an inhale, sweep your arms up, eye gaze goes up. Exhale, hinge as you fold forward, fingertips come down, the crown of your head comes down. Inhale into a flat back, take your eye gaze forward as you shine your heart, and then exhale, fold over your thighs. Then inhale, sweep your arms up, eye gaze goes up, exhale, bring the hands through center. So 2 more, inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale into a flat back, take your eye gaze forward. Exhale, fold over the thighs. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Take your eye gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands through center. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, hinge as you fold forward. Fingertips come down, crown of the head comes down. Inhale into your flat back, take your eye gaze forward. Exhale, fold over your thighs. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands through center. Just take a moment to close your eyes. Just noticing your energy. Just as we begin to create a little bit more heat and warm up through the body. And then when you're ready, we're going to move through our flow. So take an inhale, sweep your arms up. Eye gaze goes up. Exhale, hinge as you begin to fold forward. Bring the crown of your head down. Then inhale into a flat back, take your eye gaze forward. From here, come onto the balls of the feet, begin to lift your heels, and you're going to sink all the way down to your heels. So you can keep your fingertips on the ground here. If you want to challenge yourself, you bring your hands out, take your knees out wide, slowly begin to lean forward, in towards each other and come up into your boat pose. So you can have your hands behind your knees to support for the first one, otherwise extend your arms out, reach through the toes, draw up through the crown of the head. Find a nice, steady, even breath. Then nice and slow, bring your feet down. Take an inhale, draw your arms up, puff your chest up, and then as you exhale, tuck your chin towards your chest and slowly begin to roll all the way down onto your back. When you arrive, draw your legs up towards the ceiling. Bring your arms either side of your body. I want you to reach through your toes, and then as you exhale, you're going to lower your right leg down, keeping the left toes pointing up for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you're just going to hover your leg and hold for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we get the left side. So left out, exhale, bring it down. Exhale, bring it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and hover for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really reach your toes nice and high up towards the ceiling. Draw your navel down. And then bring your hands behind your knees. Roll, just for 1, into a supported boat. Keep drawing up through the chest. And then the next roll, we're going to roll onto our back. And then when we roll up, we're going to find our Yogi Squat. So take your feet out wide. Roll back. And then roll up. If you need to use your hands, you can do so. Otherwise, I want you to arrive in your squat with your feet out wide. See if you can sink down nice and low. Maybe bring your elbows inside of your knees. Draw up through the crown of your head. Find a few breaths here. If you want to take it a little further, you can extend your right fingertips forward. Keep pushing the elbow into the knee. Left arm goes up towards the ceiling with your eye gaze. Feel a nice gentle twist. Left hand comes down. Take it to the other side. Reach up. And then slowly come back through center. From here, plant your hands, and you're going to step your right foot back towards the back of your mat, and you're going to align into your lizard pose. We're going to keep the back knee lifted, ground down through the hands, draw the back heel towards the back of the mat. See if you can arc your heart forward, taking your eye gaze in the same direction. You can find some still breaths here. If you want, you can maybe shift back and forth, find a little rocking. Then from here, we're going to move through a bit of a tricky transition. We're going to pick up the left leg and we're going to transition into our side plank and then into our wild thing. So to be able to do this, I want you to ground down through your right hand, begin to push into the earth, and then you're going to drop your back heel as you lift your left knee up. You come onto the knife edge of the right foot, draw the left hand up, left knee up. Then nice and slow, see if you can step your foot behind you, arc your heart up towards the ceiling, maybe reach your fingertips overhead. Then when you're ready, bend into your right knee, draw your left knee up nice and high, and then you're going to step your foot back towards the top of the mat. See if you control it for 3, 2, 1. When you arrive, take an inhale. We come into our warrior 2 pose. Extend out through the arms, ground down through both edges of the feet. Find your breath here. Draw your energy up towards the crown of your head. Feel that connection to the sky. And then as you exhale, push the energy back down into the soles of the feet. On your next breath, reverse your warrior. Take your fingertips up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, come forward and find your extended side angle. Reach through the right fingertips. And you can bring your left forearm onto the knee or onto the ground. The option is up to you. And then when you're ready, you're going to straighten up. Then you're going to bend into your right knee as you come down into your Skandasana squat. You can bring your fingertips onto the floor if that works for you. Otherwise, keep pushing down through the left heel and see if you can keep the right heel on the ground. So if that means you're all the way up here, that's okay. Just working to bring that right heel to the earth. Then when you're ready, inhale, we're going to come back up. We're going to square off our feet to the long edges of the mat. Bring our hands onto our hips, squeeze the elbows in, puff the heart up, and then as you exhale, hinge forward. Fingertips come down, crown of the head comes down. Feel a lengthening through the tailbone. Maybe take an inhale, lift the chest, take your eye gaze forward, and then exhale, fold. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to point your left toes towards the top of the mat. Bring your right hand next to it. Pick up your back heel. We're going to find our revolved high lunge. Reach to the left fingertips. Then nice and slow, bring your left hand down. Take an inhale. We're going to draw up into our crescent lunge. Reach up through the fingertips. Keep a micro bend in the back knee. Nice and strong in the legs. From here, we move into our half moon. If you need your block, grab it. Begin to lean forward, bring your left fingertips forward, and then begin to float your right leg up. Slowly begin to extend the right arm towards the ceiling and make sure that your back foot is flexed. Maybe take your eye gaze up towards the ceiling. Just feel those nice, steady, even breaths. Feel the wobble through the legs, and just challenge yourself, but be present for wherever you're at. Then nice and slow, bring your right fingertips back towards the mat. Square off your hips, so drop your right hip so that your hips are aligned. Take an inhale, lift your chest, and then as you exhale, fold over the thigh. You can stay here with your fingertips on the mat, or if you want to take it a little further, you wrap your left hand around your left ankle, then maybe the right. Keep reaching out through the right toes, finding your breath. If you fall, it's okay. Then slowly begin to draw your right knee in towards your chest as you rise. Draw your knee in, draw up through the crown of your head. Then from here, left hand comes onto the outer edge of the right knee and take the right arm behind, finding a twist. Maybe taking your eye gaze towards your thumb and slowly squaring back off. From here, draw your arms up, straighten your right leg. See if you can squeeze the inner thighs, maybe point or flex the toes. Then slowly begin to bend. Reach for your foot with your right hand. And we're going to come into our dancer's pose. So hinge at the hips as you begin to kick your hand away from you. Use your left arm to counterbalance. Keep drawing the right hip down. Keep squaring off. Then nice and slow, come back up, draw the arms up, extend the leg out, point through the toes, flex the foot, then see if you can keep this straight leg as you sweep it through, and then we're going to lower into our warrior 3. So once again, that right hip is dropping down, so the hips are square, gauging through the back toes. Then nice and slow, bend into your left knee. Drop your back foot down, and you're going to align straight into your pyramid pose. So back foot is at about 45-degree angle with a short stance. Hands still in front of the heart. Take a little micro bend in the front leg. Slowly begin to hinge forward. And then maybe bring your fingertips down. From here, we'll take an inhale, lift the chest. Take your eye gaze forward. Exhale, fold. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And then as you exhale, I want you to plant your hands, pick up your back heel. So come onto the ball of the back foot. Push into the earth, find a rounding of the shoulders, and then come onto the heel of the left foot. And then see if you can draw the left leg out while keeping the leg straight into your 3-legged dog. Connect to your breath here.
Drop your left foot down. Find your downward facing dog, then take an inhale, wave forward. Exhale through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Then from here, we take the right leg up towards the ceiling, draw the knee in towards the chest, and plant the foot at the top of the mat. Lift the chest up, and then the back foot follows. Then take an inhale, take your eye gaze forward. Exhale, fold over the thighs. Then inhale, we're going to come into our chair pose. So sink your hips, draw your arms up. Pull the shoulders down and back. Find a nice, steady, even breath. Then bring your hands in front of your heart. Take your left elbow to the outer edge of your right knee. Find a twist. Draw your heart towards your thumbs. So push your hands into each other, nice and strong. And then begin to rotate your heart towards the thumbs. Then here we're going to challenge a little bit. So shift the weight more into the right foot. Come into the ball of the left foot. Then step the left foot towards the back of the mat. And see if you can find control through the movement. Really slowing it down. When you arrive, come into your revolved high lunge. Keep working to draw the heart towards the thumbs. Then slowly begin to rise, extend your arms out, reaching through the fingertips. Then exhale, pivot your hands to frame your front foot. Step back towards the top of the mat. Take an inhale into your flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Eye gaze goes up. Exhale, bring the hands through center. Just take a moment to close your eyes. Notice your energy, notice your breath. And then we'll move to the other side. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge as you fold forward. Fingertips come down, crown of the head comes down. Inhale into your flat back, take your eye gaze forward. Exhale, come onto the balls of the feet as you sink your hips down into your heels. Keep the fingertips on the ground or bring them in front of you. Extend the arms out, take your knees out wide. Come down into your sit bones with control. Then when you arrive, find your boat pose. Draw up through the chest, draw up through the crown of the head. Reach through the toes. Slowly plant the soles of the feet. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, tuck the chin towards the chest, roll down into the spine. When you arrive, bring your hands down, take your legs up, point through the toes. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, lower the left leg down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and hover for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift the leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, right leg 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and hover for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach through the toes, really point up. Then bring your hands behind your knees, rock up to supported boat. Draw your navel in, lift the chest up. Then we roll back, and then when we roll up, we can find our Yogi Squat. Come up, extend your arms out. If you want to take your twist, do so. Bring the left hand down, reach the right fingertips up. Eye gaze goes up. Exhale, hand comes down, right hand comes down, left arm goes up. Slowly come back through center. Really reaching up through the crown of your head. Find nice length and support through the feet. Then bring the hands down. We step the left leg back towards the back of the mat. Find your lizard pose. So once again, you can find some stillness, or if you want to find a little rocking, you can do so. Make sure your back knee is lifted. Keep reaching your heart forward. Take your eye gaze in the same direction. Then from here, we move through our transition. So ground down through the left hand. Begin to drop the back heel. Find your side plank. Reach your right knee up, right arm up. Keep pushing into the earth with the left hand. Then slowly, slowly step back to your wild thing, dropping the back toes, arcing the heart up, reaching the fingertips overhead. Then slowly take your eye gaze towards your left hand. Bend into your left leg. Then draw your right knee up. Then slowly begin to gather your core as you step your right foot. 3, 2, 1. Then when you arrive, take an inhale. We sweep up. Find your warrior 2. Ground down through the edges of your feet. Reach out through your fingertips. Feel that energy come up towards the crown of your head. And then as you exhale, push it back down towards your feet. Then on your next breath, reverse your warrior. Take your eye gaze up. And then as you exhale, find your extended side angle. Reach through the left fingertips. Connect to a nice, steady, even breath. Find the shape that works for you. So recognize your edge and breathe into it. Then when you're ready, begin to rise. Bend into your left knee, squat down into your Skandasana. Once again, you want to keep the left heel down. Maybe bring your hands onto the mat, ground down through your right heel. Then slowly rise. Both feet are parallel to the short edges of your mat. Bring your hands onto your hips, squeeze your elbows in, puff your heart up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, begin to fold. Fingertips come down, crown of the head comes down. Hello from this view. When you're ready, take an inhale, lift the chest, take your eye gaze forward. Exhale, fold. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And then as you exhale, begin to point your right toes back towards the top of the mat. Bring your left hand next to it, pick up your back heel, reach your right arm up. Really reach through the fingertips, nice and strong. Then bring your right hand down, take an inhale, begin to rise into your crescent lunge. Keep a micro bend in the back knee, reach up through the fingertips. Maybe take your eye gaze forward. Then from here, we come into our half moon, so grab your block if you need to, otherwise right fingertips come forward, float the back leg up. Really engage that leg as you flex or point the toes and take the left fingertips up. Maybe keep your eye gaze on the ground, maybe take it towards the ceiling. Find a challenge that works for you. Then slowly, slowly bring the left hand down and we square off into our half splits. So really drop the left hip down. Just check to make sure your pinky toe is pointing down towards the earth so that your hips are square. Take an inhale, lift the chest. And then as you exhale, fold over the thigh. If you want to take it a little further, bring your right hand around your right ankle and then left hand on top. Activate the toes, feel the shaking of the legs, the stabilizing, and the strength. Then bring your fingertips back down, take an inhale, and begin to push into your right leg as you draw your left knee up. Grab onto the knee, squeeze it in, draw up through the crown of your head. Then bring your right hand onto the outer edge of the knee and extend your left arm out. Keep reaching through the fingers, maybe take your eye gaze towards your big thumb. Slowly square off, reach your arms up. Extend your left leg out, point through the toes, squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. Then slowly begin to draw the foot behind you as you bend the knee. Reach back with your left hand. We come into our dancer's pose, so bring your right arm up. Begin to lean forward at your hips and kick your back foot out. Once again, see if you can work to keep the left hip square. Use your right arm to counterbalance. Slowly come back through center. Release the leg. Draw the toes forward, squeeze the inner thighs, then flex the foot, keep the legs straight. Sweep it through. Find your warrior 3, maybe wobble, maybe fall. It's all good, it's part of the practice. Keep reaching back, nice and long through the crown of the head, and then bend into your front knee. Slowly step back and align your pyramid pose. So take the stance that works for you. Back foot is that 45-degree angle. Hands in front of the heart. Inhale, draw up, and then as you bend forward, keep a micro bend in your straight leg. Fingertips come down, crown of the head comes down. Inhale, lift the chest, take your eye gaze forward. Exhale, fold. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Then as you exhale, you bring your hands down, pick up the back heel, so come onto the ball of the back foot. Come onto the heel of the right foot, push into the earth, round through the shoulders, and see if you can draw that leg out by keeping it straight. Come back into your three-legged dog. Finding that connection once again to the earth. Then drop both of your feet, come into your downward facing dog. Inhale, way forward, high plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg draws up. Bend the knee, draw the knee in towards the chest, then plant the foot at the top of the mat. Just lift the chest, reaching the heart forward, and then bring your back foot to meet your front. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold over the thighs. Take an inhale, begin to sink the hips. Draw your arms up, find your chair pose. Roll the shoulders down and back. Then inhale, bring your hands through your heart center and bring your right elbow towards your left knee. Begin to rotate the heart towards the thumbs. Keep pushing into the hands. Then from here, come onto the ball of the right foot. See if you can make it nice and light as you slowly begin to step the right foot towards the back of the mat. Finding control, taking it slow, slowly stepping back, finding your revolved high lunge, connecting to your breath. Then as you inhale, straighten up, draw your arms out. And then as you exhale, frame your front foot, step forward, find a flat back, take your eye gaze forward. Exhale, fold over the thighs. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Eye gaze goes up. Exhale, bring your hands through center. Just take a moment to connect to the breath. Notice the energy. Just giving yourself time and space to really feel whatever it is that you're experiencing. But with just an open mind, no need for judgment or commentary, just pure witnessing. And then when you're ready, take an inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hinge at your hips as you fold forward. Inhale into your flat back. Then as you exhale, just step back into a downward facing dog. Ground down through the hands. Keep drawing the tailbone up. Then take an inhale, draw your right leg up towards the ceiling. Bend the knee, open the hip. Then as you exhale, draw your right knee towards your right tricep. Inhale into your three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to forehead, round in, nice and tight. Inhale, reach out. Then as you exhale, reach your right knee towards your left tricep. Then begin to extend the leg out, the foot in line with the left hand. Drop your back heel and find your fallen triangle. Reach your arm overhead. Take your legs out nice and wide. Separate them, eat them further if you have to, and then come down into your sit bones. With your legs out wide, I want you to ground down through the heels and flex the toes towards your face. Bring your hands in front of your face on the floor. Take an inhale, lift the heart up. And then as you exhale, slowly begin to hinge forward. Just find the depth that works for you. Breathing into it, finding a softening. Although we're working to keep the heels active as we bring them down into the mat and the toes flex, I just want you to see if you can soften any other area of your body. Just take a moment to check in with your jaw, your hands, your belly, all these little sneaky places that we tend to hold on to when we're not giving them our awareness. Then when you're ready, slowly walk your hands in. Bring your hands back towards the top of your mat. Come onto the ball of the back foot, come onto the edge of the front foot, and then draw your leg out, find your three-legged dog. Bring the foot down, we go to the left side. Inhale, draw the left leg up. Exhale, take the left knee to the left tricep. Inhale, three-legged dog. Knee to forehead, round in, nice and tight. Inhale, draw up. Exhale, left knee to right tricep. Squeeze everything up and then see if you can extend the leg out, aligning your foot in front of, next to your right hand. Then pivot your back foot, reach up into your fallen triangle, reach your arm overhead. Then slowly take your legs out nice and wide. We sit down into our sit bones. Root the heels down, flex the toes towards the face. Hands come in front. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, begin to fold. Once again, just find what works for you. So we want the heels to be active and the toes to be active, with a little micro bend in the knees. But I want you to see once again if you can scan through the body and just notice if there's anywhere that you're holding onto tension that you don't need to be in this moment. And then as you do that, I want you to really begin to breathe into that space. And then when you're ready, nice and slow, draw yourself back up. Bring your hands back towards the top of your mat. Come into the ball of the back foot, the edge of the front foot. Push down and then draw your left leg out into your three-legged dog. Bring the feet down, find your downward facing dog, and we'll take one last vinyasa here. Then when you arrive, we're going to take the right leg up towards the ceiling. You're going to shift your weight forward as you align your pigeon pose, bringing the right knee in front of the right wrist, drawing the foot towards the left side, so either in front of the left thigh or closer towards the left wrist. Just really dependent on your flexibility. I want you to start by keeping the back toe tucked. Bring your hands to frame your front leg. Then as you inhale, I want you to squeeze your legs together to really draw up. So activate your legs, maybe lift your hands off the ground. Find that strength through the legs, nice and strong. Exhale, release. Two more, inhale, squeeze up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, release. Last one, inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly bring your arms forward. If your hips are square, you can untuck your back toes and just find a few moments here in your reclined pigeon. Just really seeing if you can give yourself the attention that you need to begin to slow the heart rate down. Coming back to these deep, long breaths. Then when you're ready, you're going to slowly begin to walk your hands back. You're just going to lean to the right side as you bring your left leg forward. Then from here, you're going to extend the right leg out, and you're going to have your right leg under, left leg on top, and you're going to cross at the ankles. Bring your hands behind you and then slowly draw your knees in towards your chest. So we come into this cross-legged version of our boat pose. So you can stay here with your hands on the ground, or if you want, you can extend your arms out. If you want to take it further, straighten your legs, draw your navel in towards your spine, reach up through the crown, keep squeezing your legs together. Find that breath, feel that shake, feel the heat. And slowly, slowly, slowly lower the legs down. Let's roll over the knees, and then we'll find our downward facing dog. Then when you're ready, take an inhale, draw the left leg up. Begin to shift your weight forward as you align your pigeon pose. Left knee in front of the left wrist. The foot falls to the right side, either in front of the right thigh or in front of the right wrist, once again dependent on your flexibility. Then wherever you are, just walk your hands back to frame your front leg. Keep your back toe tucked, take an inhale, squeeze the legs as you draw yourself up. So really pull out and up. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Last one, really reach up, activate the legs nice and strong, and then slowly come down and find your reclined pigeon. Once again, you can untuck the back toes as long as your hips are square. So if you feel you're moving to one edge, maybe keep the toes tucked, or if you need it, you can also grab a block to support underneath you. Wherever you are, just finding that breath and just feeling yourself against the earth. And then when you're ready, nice and slow, let's walk our hands back. Extend the right leg forward. This time left heel is underneath, right is on top. Bring your hands by your side first to begin. Draw your knees in. So you can stay here if this is strong, otherwise you lift your arms, otherwise you straighten your legs. Wherever you are, keep squeezing, clamping your legs together, drawing up through the chest, up through the crown of the head. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly, slowly, slowly lower down. This time from here, we're just going to take the feet about hip width apart. Bring your hands behind you with your fingertips pointing away from you. We're just going to come into a bit of a shoulder stretch. So if you feel like this is really good on the wrists or the shoulders, you can stay here. If you want to take it further, push down into your hands, lift your sit bones up, and then shift your sit bones closer towards your heels. If you're here and you want to take it a little further, bend nice and generously into your elbows and keep a neutral neck as you take your eye gaze up. Feel the chest puffing up, and you should feel a nice stretch through the shoulders. Maybe pulse. Just find the variation that works for you. And then when you're ready, ground down through the feet. Take an inhale, lift your hips up, and we find our reverse tabletop. Draw the navel in towards the spine. The option with the head is you can let it hang if that feels okay. Otherwise, you can tuck your chin towards your chest. I just want you to keep pushing into your hands, lifting the hips up, squeezing the inner thighs towards each other. And then when you're ready, slowly, slowly lower down. Release the arms, shake them out if you need to. Then keep your feet planted, take an inhale, draw your arms up. As you exhale, tuck your chin towards your chest, roll down onto your spine. Finding that control. When you arrive onto your back, I want you to take your right leg forward, draw your left knee in. Just give yourself a bit of squeeze. Then allow your knee to drop over to the right side. Extend your left arm out and take your eye gaze in the opposite direction of your knee. So we're just coming into our supine twist, nice gentle twist. As we begin to slow down and close off our practice. So once again, just take the variation that works for you. So if you have a preferred twist, I would highly encourage to do that. Just feel what your body needs and then just take it. And when you're ready, slowly come back through center. Extend the left leg out. Draw the right knee in towards the chest. Just roll the knee out a little bit, keeping the lower back connected to the earth. And then allow your knee to drop to the left side, extending the right arm out and taking your eye gaze away from your knee. And once again, just taking a moment to just scan from the crown of the head towards the toes. Just seeing if there's anywhere that you can drop a little more.
ready, nice and slow, let's come back. Draw both of your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze, keeping the lower back connected to the earth. And then there's two options here, so you can take the knees out wide, just keep pushing the knees towards the earth, or you can come into your full happy baby, grabbing onto the outer edges of the feet, elbows coming inside of the knees. And once again, you just really want to work to keep the lower back connected to the earth. And up to you, you can stay here in the pose, just holding, or if you want, you can rock from side to side. Maybe extend one leg out and then the other. That's something that I really like to do. Once again, this is your cool down. It's completely up to you what you want, what you need. I'm obviously here to offer a little direction, a little guidance, but the practice is completely yours. So you make it your own, feel it out and find what works. And then when you're ready from here, let's come into our little dead bug pose. So take your arms up towards the ceiling, legs up towards the ceiling, just keeping everything nice and soft. So no need to engage through the legs. If you want though, you can maybe shake it out a little bit, really embody your little dead bug, or just find stillness. I'm feeling today that my legs are actually a little tender from a little hike that I did yesterday, so just taking it nice and gentle, finding a bit more stillness for myself today. And this is just a really nice, simple inversion. Sometimes we think inversions are always fancy, like our handstands or our forearm stands, but just coming onto the back, allowing the legs to come over the heart, up and above the heart, gives us the same benefits. It allows the blood to drain back towards the heart, giving the circulation system a bit of a rest, or a bit of a helping hand more so, actually. And then when you're ready from here, just bring your arms down, and then this time you're just going to squeeze your legs together, point through your toes. This is the last little bit of effort, I promise you. And you're going to slowly begin to lower your legs down. And it's less about the core work here than it is just about finding length from the crown of the head. So I want you to really reach your toes away from you. When you arrive, take your feet out wide, take your arms out wide, windshield wiper your feet from side to side, and just set yourself up as you need to for your Savasana. If this is a time that you have props, maybe a bolster under the knees or a little eye cushion, if you want a blanket, whatever it is that's going to help you settle into the body, I would recommend you just grab it now. We're just going to stay here for a few moments, so I always encourage Savasana. It is very essential to our practice, especially when we do a lot of things like Vinyasa or a lot of practices that invoke a lot of energy and heat. Our Savasana allows us to really integrate all the information that we process through our movement. It is the complement to the heat, the fire, and the yang energy. So utilize it, and you'll notice that your whole practice begins to change. If it feels challenging at times, use your breath to anchor you down. Focus on the inhalations and the exhalations through the nose. Work to slow the breath down, stretching out your exhales. you to begin to deepen your breath. If you drifted away, just come back into the body. Bring some gentle movements throughout your fingers and your toes. Take an inhale, reach your arms overhead. Stretch your hands away from your feet, and then as you exhale, drop all of your weight. Slowly begin to draw your knees in towards your chest, and then just roll onto your side. While you're here, feel the connection to the earth, and just know in this moment that you are fully supported. And then when you're ready, begin to rise, and we will arrive in a seated position. Just bring your hands onto your knees, or if you would like, you can bring your hands in front of your heart in a prayer position. I just like to close this class off with one last breath cycle. So just take a nice long inhale through the nose, open the mouth and sigh to release. Really allowing yourself to let go of anything that you don't need in this moment. And then when you're ready, I just want you to come back to that little connection, intention that we set at the start of the class. Really see if you can invoke those feelings within. And I hope as you move throughout the rest of your day that you can find love and compassion and connection for yourself, for the people around you and the world around you. I really appreciate that you show up here on the mat to put in this work. Our yoga practice isn't just about what we do physically. It's not just about the asana practice. It's about how we translate ourselves through this life, how we interact with the world around us, how we can become better people so we can create a better world. Anyways, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all. Once again, if you like this video, please be sure to let me know in the comments. I would really love to connect with you more. Otherwise, have a beautiful, wonderful day. Namaste.